Hotel?
Okay, so that contract issue is going to be handled with Jim Harvey and Bill Moylan. So I'm not.
Okay, so that we have to, because the first come first, that part has to secure, because once you secure that part, then you can open the website.
Right. I had assumed that it would be done by now, and maybe that's what Jim and Bill are doing at the moment. That's what they're doing at the moment, but I know that when they picked this hotel that they were given a fixed time frame. By the way, I'm recording this so others can hear what we discussed. So that's, frankly, I've been as busy, probably at least as busy as you are since the conference, and I have some other obligations, but everybody's got that. So
okay, so the other one is, okay, when we look at it during the discussion in the meeting. Okay, so what do you plan to do in the Calgary meeting?
Well, we have a paper, Jim and I. We're going to okay. So what you're saying here is we have to get something ready to present for the CAT. So let's get that down in here. Then we're aware of that. So let's make sure that we prepare. So I'm just going to put some notes here. You can see.
I try to support you. You know, I already asked one of my students.
Oh.
To look at it, our university, yep. We have a 500 kilowatt photovoltaic facility, and that had been operated for several years. So that will be a good example for the renewable energy in the education facility.
Yeah, I was actually at your website. I was at your website just recently. It said University of Texas Arlington, University of, and I think
and we plan to do a little bit in-depth report. It's not just the website by itself.
Okay, so
you know, on that way, then we will be able to give the. Yeah, this is our center, okay?
All right.
So,
okay.
Then we have to basically update the website. This is the research center that we have, and there's a physical plan, the university facility. For the university facility, we will be able to put out all the information, and then so on that way. We will be able to provide the information on the facility by itself.
Physical plant. Okay, so we will have content, facilities management, UT Arlington. Yeah, okay. Excuse me, wrong place.
Well, it's a bit. Well, I asked them to go over to the university to get more information.
Okay, that's very good. So, I think one of the things that the papers that we promised, and I actually have a draft of it ready, is just scoping out the Education and the Healthcare Electrotechnology Committee. So we already have at least one paper. It's not a highly technical paper, but it gives some basis for how to do. Now the specific issues of how this is dealt with, I don't know if so. Are you saying that we have material to write about for the Calgary?
No, we will have the material to write about for the Calgary one.
So we'll have one paper, which is a scope paper on the
renewable energy, you know.
But Wei-Jen will have some content from. Okay, that's going to be very helpful.
Yeah, I try to support, you know, basically UT Arlington, UTA.
Oops, sorry about that. I think that's the stock symbol for United Technologies, who's a multinational, global diversified manufacturing organization.
Yeah, well, I wish I owned that one.
Well, you can own a piece of it. That's why it's so public. So, well, is there a name? You know, when is the papers are due? November.
On November.
Okay, so papers are due. Papers are
November 15th.
November 15th. Okay, so you can get that out of me. And you'll have your own students submit through what, manuscript 1? Is that
No,
it?
you have basically, this is a draft.
Oh.
Okay. This is the basically, it's not the manuscript draft paper. This is the basically the paper to the committee, and then from the committee they issue the invitation.
I get it. Okay, so you need enough of substance to do that.
Yes, we'll provide that information.
Okay, so since that's all that's necessary, then I might have a second paper because.
No, that basically the draft paper is supposed to be almost complete.
Yeah. Okay. So let me show you what I'm working on here. That's why I'm going to be in Washington the middle of next week. Here we have we're trying to what I've tried to propose is a standard for campus power systems, and this came about. Excuse me. Let me back up again. Galen Bishop out of the University of North Carolina had a statement about how his boss grades him. His performance is determined how well the power system is, how that power system performs with respect to the SADI, the interruption indices. The difficulty with that is that the 1366 standard has residential and
Okay, so this be careful. Okay, when you write this, it may fall into the code and standard.
Okay, we're proposing. So here's the concept. I'm going to write it down. Is the 1366 standard suitable for application in campus district energy systems?
Okay, so as I say, when you put this one on title,
Yeah.
that may fall into code and standard committee.
Okay. Well, what we're saying is a standard has residential.
Yeah, I understand that, but I just warned you, you know.
Okay. So
because on this one here, then they will tell you, okay, this is belong to the code and standard.
Okay.
It's not belong to the ENH.
Okay. So you say, well, so are you saying that this topic here is not suitable?
Well, when you do the titling or whatever, you know, it's basically you try to keep this one at home. See what I mean?
Okay. Well,
because I know you are new in this society, okay, but it's basically the same situation as you work with other society. People try to find a way to. Well, we are looking for paper.
Okay.
Put it this way. Okay. Especially the code and standard.
Okay.
And so when you put in 1366 standard, then that society, okay, and then how they work on it, and then are they well?
It's okay. Yeah. All right. So this is I have to answer a specific question from a colleague, so I can do that off. That he can do that separately. I think what you're arguing me about, I think you're steering me away from the rocks. This could become a little bit more political with an IEEE than I really want, or I actually have time for.
Well, no, it's basically you try to keep the paper in ENH. Is that right?
Well, for Calgary,
no, you try to put it in this way. Okay. You try to tell people ENH is very active. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. But this particular
Okay,
teleconference.
so that's the reason why I like to keep the paper in the ENH, under the ENH.
I see. Okay. All right. So I actually
Okay.
I have a separate website for that.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's basically just the website is outside. Okay, but within the department or within your committee. Okay, so you try to basically give people the impression that ENH is very active.
I don't have to.
And I talked to Jim. You know, he basically in couple years, I expect ENH become a committee.
Okay. Easily. Yeah.
No, it's not easily. Okay,
No.
it's basically we try to do this here, but the first thing first, you have to show that ENH is very active. So you don't want to publish the paper that fit into other committee.
Okay, I get that. I'm sorry, Wei-Jen. I thought this teleconference was going to be specifically about planning, and then
I know,
planning.
I know, but I just want to basically, okay, we try to protect the ENH identity.
Okay, all right.
And make sure that the ENH is an active subcommittee, so people will recognize if they down the road we try to convert it to the committee, we don't have any objection.
Okay, all right. Well,
this is the long range planning. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, just so you know that this is a temporary website that I set up. That's a different issue than trying to get this thing going, and we don't have other people. We don't have other people on this call.
I know.
So we're bleeding over into this other issue, which is a fair point, because we still will have. We do still have to have preparation for Calgary,
Yes.
And to that extent, how do we proceed here?
Okay, so for the Calgary one, I talked to Jim. I know it's a travel issue because it's not in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it would be nice if you form a panel discussion.
Yes.
If you have one panel session and one paper session.
Okay, good. We have that then.
Okay, so but it's basically what you try to do is, okay, on the panel session, how you differentiate. It's very important mission. Okay, because how you differentiate the ENH with other subcommittee, because the Jim worked in the power system design committee, and they also have a power system analysis committee. Okay, they have a power quality. So what ENH different?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be very clear.
Okay, so you need a very clear image to tell people what is the ENH.
Okay.
Okay, and then what is the difference between the ENH and the general commercial building or industrial facility?
Okay.
What are the difference among them? Okay, so that give people the idea. Okay, they are different, because once you establish identity, then later down the road, if we try to convert ENH into a committee, then nobody will argue.
Okay.
Okay, because if you don't establish your identity, they will say, okay, yeah, you're part of the power system engineering. Is that right? Then you're always in the subcommittee level.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't, apart from all the politics of it, I believe the way we're.
Yeah, I have been in the ICPS long enough. Okay, so I have been in IEEE long enough, and it's okay. Every place, as long as we have more than 2 people, That's part of it.
This is a group here that I believe that I'm putting this up here because these guys are mostly mechanical engineers, and they're tending to, at least in our industry, the E&H committee, they're tending to dominate a lot of the economic decisions. So
yes.
So
that's a basically, okay, well, how are we going to basically give a very the clear identity for the E&H?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first thing. That's first thing first. Okay, so it's basically we try to show E&H is very active. That's the reason why I try to basically submit a paper through the E&H and make sure that we have paper session, we have panel session. And on the panel session, what we try to look at it is, well, what's the spatial in the E&H?
Yeah, I'll have all that. I have a lot of I have a lot of material on that. I don't want to be
yeah, but it's a lot of time. It's basically it's a gray area. Okay, when we look at this one here, it's a gray area. Okay, it's basically for the E&H, and you have to understand. Okay, well that's the information that you present. It's people after the discussion. It has some negative impact on the formation, because when you talk to people, only the big boss get to travel, and then people immediately ask, well, who is going to attend our meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Because now you basically shrink. When we present the E&H, we present it's a big group. And in your presentation, you tell people only the big boss. That basically shrink.
Yeah.
All the potential participant from 100% down to about 1%.
Yes. So I will, if I can start getting that list together of the, I think you gave us a list. I actually am hiring somebody right now to help me manage my contacts, and we will be able to get deeper into the.
Yeah, but when you make a presentation, be very careful, because how you portray the information, how you disseminate the information, because now you give people the impression, say, yeah, this is a small group. Okay.
All right. So I'm pretty sure about this. I rarely am I wrong, but I'm always waiting for the first time.
Yeah, I know, but this is basically what I try to, because when we try to move in, we try to tell people, this is a big industry. Yes, you give number, However, the later part, you tell people only the big boss attend the conference.
Yep.
That was not right. Now the people think, well, then how are we going to attract people?
Yeah, well, that was the org chart. I can't get to those people. The trade association that I have will not let me get.
No, you don't have to get to the people. You get to the sites. That's good enough.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you know that we meet every other week for a half an hour, and I'll have a better site now, and this particular area here, where did we start? We started back in June, so I will be adding more to this. Of course, I can't do it all myself, and right now, frankly, I'm very focused on this right here. And I've got about maybe 75 ideas that I'll be putting on the table. So, but after I get all this and I get my person hired, but I'll be going to each one of these. Now, I think what you want me to do is can I drive any of the people from the education facilities industry to the Calgary conference? I can try to do that. Yeah.
That's the first one. First come first, the panel discussion.
Mm-hmm.
If they are not good in paper, the panel discussion will be good.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you really try hard, and try to see the active, a poster session on that one, but the poster session, you need more. Okay, you cannot just have 1 or 2 poster if we try to do that. Okay, so paper session will probably easier. You get a panel discussion, 3-4 people, two from the medical facility, 2 from the university campus. Okay, so that would be good to have a panel discussion and tell the distinction between the medical facility, what is the requirement on medical facility, what is the requirement from the university. Okay, and then once we have that one with the panel discussion, then we basically come in with the paper session. Okay, paper session, you only need 5 papers. Alright, if you use a poster session, then you may need 20.
Okay.
Okay, so you try to look at it. Okay, get a paper session going, so you occupy 2 sessions. And that basically, it's a very good indication that the ENH is very active.
Okay, series standards into the NEC. Okay. While you mentioned that, and I have to get going, it's coming on to 12 here.
Okay, so you can have 1 paper, okay, while you are typing it.
Yeah.
You can write a paper, talk, okay, or ask amongst earning or yourself.
Oh, looks like we got Jim on the phone.
Yep. Hi guys.
Hi guys. Okay, Jim, how are you? Okay, Mike.
My 1030 just got out.
Okay, the mic while you are typing, okay, on this one here, you can basically type in how to the roadmap. Okay, or basically the title you can say it's not how to, it's basically the roadmap for NFPA, NEC to adopt 3000.
That's what I'll be writing for the next until November 7th.
Well, this is the basically, okay, on this one here, if you have a good concept, because that would be the one that you suggest. So if you suggest these topics.
Okay. All right. Well,
if you suggest these topics, you don't need a complete paper. If you are sure that you will be able to provide this information.
Okay, all right, I can do that. So that's relatively easy for me to do. Okay, so understand that we'll be dealing with what I see series to adopt to integrate 3000. All right, that's a good paper idea. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
So
that's basically on that way. Then you link the 3000 because this is the current development.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have a 270B.
Okay. So
in your title.
Jim, we just scoped 2 papers. While you're out here, so we're going to do an overview paper, and I already have that. I sent that to you. Probably forgot about it. And then the other one will be another roadmap for bringing this in. So we know that in the 70s, they're always continually moving, and a lot of the 3000 series, as I understand them, seem to be maintenance standards. Excuse me. So
okay, so this one here, that's basically, okay, the third paper can be like your UTA facility, okay, photovoltaic. The more like, okay, the implementation of renewable energy in UTA, the operation record, you know, that's basically.
Well, if I can get Galen. He's the guy that started me. I mean, I'm not going to blame him for it, but he brought it to me. Maybe I can get him to come.
Then you have a full paper, okay? So probably another one, then you form a session.
Okay. Well, I'm writing ahead of myself here. Hi, Jim. In your absence, we started talking about what we need to get ready for Calgary. So I'm good for giving them basic outlines for these two. Are you? Oh, you're not able to see my screen, are you, Jim?
Yes, I can.
You cannot?
I can see it. I can see the
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I see. There you are. Okay, my GoToMeeting monitor here. I slipped off the side. Okay, so this one we've got here. Wei-Jen's going to do this. I'll try to charm somebody in North Carolina. Let me see what one of the local Calgary universities. Maybe I can get somebody.
No, well, Jim, you discussed some issue, is that right? Before, with the university facility.
Yeah.
Because we look at the okay, I remember last time you discussed during the emergency, and then you have a period of time, the onboard generator and the utility system basically tied together. Is that right?
Oh,
so your short circuit protection become an issue.
Was that you,
Yeah.
Jim? That's
Yeah.
you, Jim.
Yeah,
That can be a one. Have you published that paper?
I'm working with a guy with our consultant is doing most of the work. He's got draft. He has neither one of them are complete yet, but he knows he's got the deadline.
Okay, so this can be a good paper, because during the recover from the emergency, then you are going to have a period of time that the short circuit current, there's a contribution of the short circuit current from the onboard generator and the utility system.
Right. Yes. Exactly right.
I didn't think we had to move this fast, but okay. Wei-Jen, you know that we have quite a few. We've already got this here, but we didn't expect that we would be doing this for 2015. We were planning on.
Well, what I try to look at it is you try to show once it formed, you up and running. Okay.
Yes,
this is the one thing that I try to basically, as we discussed in Calgary, in Vancouver, okay, with Jim, as I discussed with Jim, I like to see down the road, UNH will be a committee.
Yes.
Okay, and if we try to do this, then we have to plan. We need a plan. Okay, how to move from point A to point B. The first part is, yes, UNH is very important. UNH is very active, and UNH is different from the current existing committee.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the three things that we try to send out the message.
Right. And we start that in Calgary.
Yeah, we started in Calgary. We occupied 2 sessions.
Yes.
Okay, so I got to get drafts out by November 15th.
So on that way, then we basically say, okay, well, if code and standard can be a committee, why not? We are more active than them. All right, we don't want to say, okay, well, it's not compared down, but well, we are more active. Should we deserve, more attention?
Yeah. More than a subcommittee, we deserve committee staff.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we deserve a committee standard. That's what I try to push.
Good. Yes.
Okay. So this is the one thing, and yes, the time is limited. I wish I can push it within 2 years when I am in the department.
Okay.
Your position on ICPS is 1 year or 2 years?
2 years.
2 years? Oh, good. Good. All right.
Well, what I try to do is, okay, well, in 2 years, if we can do this, then we basically raise the issue, okay, in the 2016 in Dearborn. That's your home territory.
Right.
And you have a home advantage.
Yes. We're on home ground.
Yes. So you have an advantage. You're home ground. Okay. So this is my plan.
Okay. Sounds like a good one, Wei-Jen.
Okay, I do have another teleconference at 1.
Okay, yeah, then well, I have to leave too. So
Jim,
yeah, just basically, okay, the first thing first, that basically secure a hotel contract.
Yeah, I've the hotel contract. I sent it to the things I learned from the conference and a couple other things. I've sent that to the hotel, and she's trying to decide, is she updated again, or do I just send the annotated copy to Vita at IEEE right now? I may end up doing that.
Yeah, you may end up doing that because keep her in the loop, so it will be easier to speed up.
Yes.
The hotel contract.
Yes. I'm hoping. Well, today's Friday already. I can't believe this. I was hoping to have my act together so I could send it to Vita today, but it'll probably be next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But all the things I learned from the conference in Vancouver and other things that I've learned, I've suggested those all to the hotel. And anyway, I'm hoping to have the contract to Vita or send it through to IEEE early next week.
Okay.
And I have until October 31st to get it back to the hotel. So when I send it to Vita next week, I'll just say, well, I just tell her I got an October 31st deadline. So I think if the hotel knows that it's in the IEEE hands and they're working on it, if I go over a day or two, I'll be fine. But
yeah, that'll be fine. But don't last too long, you know.
By the way, for both of you, one of the questions I learned at the Vancouver was, we should get more than one room credit for a junior suite or a
well, it's
full
basically
suite.
I have 2.
You got 2 credits?
I got 2. I got 2 credit. Okay, so this is the basically, and it's not a room credit. It's basically what I did is, okay, room upgrade.
Okay.
Okay, so this year I basically I have a 2-room upgrade. I give it to Bill, 1 room, and give Rashid the other room because he will be the one for the next year.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so that's a room upgrade. I didn't get the room credit.
Okay. When I talked to the woman for our hotel, I said, do we get more than 1 room credit for a suite? And she said no. So I'm going to delete the suites from our guarantee. Make sense? And I'm just going to say basic rooms, and if somebody like ETAP wants to get a suite and they order it through our website, we get credit for it, but it's only going to be 1 credit. It's not going to be 2 credits. So I don't want to guarantee a suite, and if they don't consult, then
no, you don't guarantee the suite, but the hotel give. If you look at the contract, I send it to you. Okay, hotel give us 2-room upgrade.
Okay. Yeah.
So
okay.
you basically okay, well, you think, okay, somebody have a lot, and you try to do him a favor, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Then you give the suite.
Okay. Very good. I looked over your contract, but I asked Bill more than to really go through it with a fine-tooth comb, so I don't have the details that Bill probably has. But
okay. Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna. I asked him to do a double check against what's in your contract, so I want to get that from Bill.
Yeah, this one is a standard IEEE contract with Marriott.
The one from Fort Worth.
The mine is the standard contract between IEEE and the Marriott.
Okay.
So that's
All
a
right.
standard contract.
I'm gonna get this out to them or Tuesday, probably next week.
Okay.
And especially what I'm hearing, what I just heard you say is whatever I got in my contract, I'll annotate it and IEEE may revise it to the standard format anyway, so I may be wasting a certain amount of time trying to finesse it on my end. So, okay. All right, so I think we got a good plan here, and we got a lot of work to do to get ready for 15 and to get this hotel and other issues taken care of for 16. Okay?
Okay. I'll have, we'll still have the Saturday session, and people will have access to this video audio recording, so people know what's going on.
Okay.
And okay, so if I don't see you on the call tomorrow afternoon, next week, then that'll be the 25th.
Okay.
24th. Okay.
24.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thanks, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.